Today, I am talking about 5 steps to help you interpret your dreams. Hi, I'm Brenda Crump with Tools to Empower. Thanks for joining me. We are going to be talking about dreams and how you can interpret them and the steps that you need to know. The key thing is that some dreams cannot be interpreted. Some of them are just venting dreams, and others of them you will wake up and you just know that they have maybe a meaning or they felt a little different. And so trust that feeling and trust that you can find what they're truly trying to tell you. So, oftentimes we have our subconscious mind dream in symbols. We are a very left brained Western society, and our brain functions and gives us symbols out of the right side of our brain in the subconscious mind. So, understanding that will also help you to understand how to interpret your dreams. And I wanted to just let you know, I actually took a course clear back in 2012 from a psychologist who taught me about this information. And it was helpful for me at the time. And I think it will be helpful for you as you walk through these different steps. There's a quote that says, "Don't ignore your dreams. In them, your soul is awake and you are your true self." And I like that because it helps us to understand that we are part of that underlying piece. Sometimes we're not as unique as we would like to be. And so when we're in our dream state, it is truly us being our authentic self. And that was found in Pearls of Eternity. So today, as we're talking, I wanted to just share with you, there are some key points here. Um, you have to trust the way that you feel. So if a dream just feels like it was just crazy and doesn't really mean anything, go with that. If there's something that keeps reoccurring and you want to understand that, these are ways that you can understand the reoccurring dreams. And also think about, is there maybe a pattern that's showing up that you're supposed to identify? For example, when I took the class, the instructor had talked about how she used to dream about peace quilts. And when she broke the dream down, she realized that she is able to see patterns in people's lives as a psychologist, right? That makes sense. And that gift came to her as a child. And so she would always see herself as either a baby or a small child. And so she recognized that came with her as one of her gifts. So the first thing to do if you want to interpret a dream is to capture the dream, right? You probably have all had those dreams. You're like, that was the weirdest dream, and I'm going to remember it. And then by the time you get out of the shower, you're like, I don't remember much about that dream. What was that all about? But it was so random. You just thought, I have to remember this. It's so weird. Um, so sometimes it's the key point of getting it written down as fast as you can. If it's something that wakes you up in the night, try not to wake yourself completely up, but jot down specifics of the dream that you can. So it might be good to have a journal next to you while you're sleeping. Um, and that way you can get up and write down the majority of the dream and also think about the feelings that you have in that dream, what it felt like for you. And then next, you're going to want to write it out again. So you're going to have the basic story of the dream, right? But then you're going to have like key points to it. So I broke this down into a pretty simple thing just for time's sake today. But say I had a dream about driving a convertible car really quickly into the ocean. Like that might sound like a really dramatic, terrible dream, right? But as we look at it, it might not be as terrible as you're thinking. So you're going to write down the different images and what they mean. So you can use this and journal, like once, break it down into one sentence, right? And put that in there. And then put whatever that one sentence is, put what symbols are in there. So for my example, I have obviously a convertible car and I have myself and I have the ocean. Those are the 3 symbols that are there. And so I can write each of those down and you can write them in different colors if you like. You can write them, I like to put them on a paper and write them in order so that I can kind of break down what they mean. So you'll probably want to write one line, skip several lines, write the next part of your dream, skip several lines as you're analyzing. Um, so if I were to go through and say, okay, so I see myself, the car, and the ocean, what do those things mean to me? And I can kind of think about that particular dream. Then I might ask myself, like, what do those things represent, right? So myself, um, in my dream, I saw myself driving. So that would be that maybe I'm in control or I'm trying to be in control. But I saw myself as the driver of this dream. Um, and then obviously I saw a fast car. So that felt intense and hurried, and it felt a bit out of control, right? So here I am trying to be in control or thinking I'm in control, but this fast car is showing that maybe I'm not as in control as I thought I was, or maybe I'm going recklessly out of control. I'm going too fast. Just things to be aware of as you break these down. Then the next piece to look at would be the ocean. So, as I thought about the ocean, it was cool, it was peaceful, and it was deep, right? So, those are things that I might notice. I also might notice like that the color, maybe it's gray or maybe it's blue, and those are things that I could explore as well. Um, so, once you have those kinds of things in mind, for the symbols, then you're going to start thinking about what those associations could be for you. For example, um, with the fast car, it might be that things in life are moving too fast or life feels intense. It could be with water. It means sometimes water can mean like deep thinking and things like that. And I had been thinking a lot about what was really important to me in life. And so that might be a piece that I need to recognize as well. And so it really is that you become the interpreter of the dream because it's your feelings and your expression that you need to follow. Um, I also felt like the ocean was peaceful and that I was floating. So it felt safe and it felt calming or relaxing to me. So after I write all of those things down and I look at them, that I might have some kind of a reflection or discovery that I could make that I've been going too fast in life and now it's time for me to slow down and chill. It's time for me to take time for what's really important, something like that. But if we look at this at the first, and it's me driving my car into the ocean, that could be like, oh no, she wants to end her life or something. And really, all it is a message that my subconscious is trying to give me to slow down and enjoy the important things. So remember, you are the expert in your dream. You get to decide what they mean. If there are some symbols that you just cannot figure out, like what would that even represent? Like, I hate spiders, but there for a while, I kept dreaming about spiders. And so I went onto the internet and typed in, what do spiders represent in a dream? And it actually means like creativity and creation energy, right? Because spiders are all about spinning webs and they're always creating something really beautiful. So it may not be as terrible as you think sometimes. So that's another way that you can get some information. But again, it may give you 3 or 4 ideas. Go with the one that feels right to you. Don't just go off of the first one because it may not be the very first one. And you are the interpreter. You are the one that knows. You are the one that's feeling the feelings, and you're the one that is trying to interpret. So you get to be the master interpreter on this. I hope that this has been helpful today. If you have enjoyed this and you would like to, please like and subscribe. If this has been helpful for you and you think of somebody that might be helpful for with them, please share it with them. I would love that as well. And I hope that you guys all have a great day. See you next time.